Let's do a self-esteem quiz. Self-esteem test. Using the key below, answer the questions based on how you strongly agree or disagree with the statement. I have good qualities. I have excellent qualities. I'm ashamed of myself when I receive critical feedback. Hell no. You know, sometimes I used to get crushed when I would get criticism. I'd be like, who are you to tell me who are you to tell me this is not good? Who are you to tell me? You know, when I used to get any type of negative feedback, I would get so mad. But over time, as I became more proud of the stuff I make, it doesn't faze me anymore, bro. I see it as a tall step in the stair that I need to climb. And once I climb it, boom, new level unlocked. I feel worthy just like other people. I'm more worthy than other people. Okay, that's crazy. Failure is just a part of life. Yes. Feeling blue is part of being human. Yes, but feeling sad is just like, ugh. I hate feeling sad, so I try to avoid it. And anything that makes me think sad things or makes me feel sad, I avoid them. And anytime I get one of those, you know, those thoughts in my head where I'm like, my life sucks. I live in a small town, bro. No, I'm not. I'm rich. All right. I'm more wealthy than I am broke. I'm closer to wealth than I am to poor. I ruminate about all the things that are wrong in my life. Yeah, of course. Of course I think about all the bad things in my life because it gives me something to fix. If you're not thinking and being self-critical and being self-reflective on what's wrong with your life, then what the fuck are you doing? You're just going to sit there and be miserable and ponder. Yes, I do. I broad. Hey, that means bread in Dutch. Yes, but not in a way that makes me sad. I don't know how to describe it. I'm just gonna put neutral. I think about them, but not in the because I see. Well, no. Because if I'm thinking negatively about my flaws, he brought it over his need to find a wife. Okay, yeah, I don't. If I do, I see them as part of it that makes me human, something that makes me special. I believe that everybody has some type of flaw towards them, but that makes you unique to yourself. Everybody has these types of problems, but if you can harness them, then you can do great things with them. I've always said this. That's why gooners are the best artists. Instead of grabbing your dick, you grab a pencil, boom, you just made a masterpiece on the painting. You know? Or on the canvas, excuse me. I think positively about myself. Of course I do. I avoid beating self up. I have self-compassion. What the fuck did I just say? Hold on, let me repeat that. I avoid beating myself up. I have self-compassion. Yeah. I know how to say no. Giving too much of myself does no one any good. I know how to say no. Yeah, of course I know how to say no. What the fuck? I know how to say no. You're asking two different things in one fucking question. I know how to say no. Giving too much of myself does no one any good. You're saying two different fucking things. What kind of question? Am I just stupid? I'm not stupid. I'm a genius. Look, I know how to say no. That's one thing. Yes, of course I know how to say no. Giving too much of myself does no one any good. I'm just gonna put agree. I don't give a fuck. I avoid being judgmental about myself. I'm only gonna put this right here because it's crazy how I'm like, look, I'm either hot or cold, not warm, not cool, hot or fucking cold. I avoid being judgmental about myself. I'm judgmental about myself, but not in a negative way. You can judge things positively. So no, I don't disagree. I make good decisions. Yes and no. Yes sometimes, no sometimes. Only because I self-destruct a bit because I believe it gives me a bunch of human experience. Every time I've purposely fucked something up, I've gotten a new experience out of it. Or I'll fuck something up unintentionally and then cope and say I did it intentionally. But yes, I make good decisions. I like how I am. Yes, I love myself more than I love you. I wish more people could be confident just like other people. I wish I could be more confident just like other people. No! I think my confidence is just enough. If it surpasses this level, it's gonna come off arrogant, egotistical, etc., etc. I'm gonna be labeled a narcissist, blah 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 blah. I wonder what people are thinking of me. I know it is negative. I think it would be mixed. I wonder what people are thinking about me. No, I don't really care. I honestly, sometimes I live in my own world, and I think that helps me. Because if I'm thinking about how other people perceive me, I'm not living in my own world. And I think living in your own world is good when working towards something, because it gives you tunnel vision. Living in your own world gives you tunnel vision, especially if you have a certain goal in mind and you want to achieve it, but you're thinking about how other people are seeing you. The tunnel vision is gone. You're no longer focused. I feel attractive much of the time. My right side looks more chopped than my left, but that's about it. I shut down because I am not worthy when I feel bad. No, I do not shut the fuck down. I am most satisfied with myself. Almost, but not quite. There's a lot more things I need to accomplish. I welcome a challenge. I become more single-minded about succeeding. Of course I do. I am effective, not inferior. Of course. Give me my score. Hold on. Why is there so much shit on the screen? Oh, okay, 88 out of 100. High self-esteem. What do the scores mean? Low self-esteem, moderately low adaptive, blah 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 blah. This is where I hit. I'm on the top 10%, top 20%, top 13%. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. You have plenty of self-worth. You do not suffer self-doubt or low self-confidence. You are able to bolster yourself with high confidence. You know you are just as worthy as the next person, and you likely follow your true self. You are not bothered by the need to make other people happy. Yeah, I hate people pleasing. I used to do that shit. It just ends up, you end up getting run over half the fucking time. People take advantage of that. Everybody has some type of, everybody can be an asshole sometimes, and I think when you're too nice, people would want to take advantage of that. Back in the day, hell no, but nowadays we live in a twisted world where the internet exists, and it has made us lose touch with reality, so we're able to feel like we're in our own movies. Dude, a holy flow state. You give yourself the support you need, but you may forget that to give the same support to others. Let others communicate their needs and hear what they have to say. No, I am pretty supportive. I think I'm right in between. You give yourself support. Yeah, because I value my time a lot, and I try not to avoid it, wasting time. And wasting time can be a lot of things. Wasting time can be talking to the wrong person, talking about the wrong thing, and that can lead towards ignoring what the other person has to say. There's a bunch of friends that I used to have that I don't have anymore, and that's because I feel like I'm wasting time talking. Abandon your day once. You are assertive, but this may feel slightly pushy to others. Yeah, I come off very strong. Assertiveness can seem aggressive, so don't be surprised if people don't like you and no longer listen to you. You do not often fear failure. Yeah, hell no. I don't live in fear, my friend. I don't live in fear. Why the fuck would I live in fear if I could act out of love? However, you may not learn from your mistakes and may disengage from your experiences. Take time to reflect on what has transpired. Yeah, of course. I sit down and ponder. Of course. I do. You know what? Yeah. How often do I make the same mistake twice? Not that often. I haven't done it in a long motherfucking time. You are true to yourself. It is hard to feel self-confident without being true to the self. Following your... Okay, dude. Okay, this is just a bunch of yap. You are true to yourself. It is hard to feel self-confident without being true to the self. Following your authentic self cuts away feelings of disturbance or inner chaos. Don't get me wrong, I used to feel like that, but sometimes you just gotta reset your brain. You just gotta pull the trigger and develop a new identity. Your identity is your reality. And if you identify, I'm sad, I'm depressed, I'm broke, then you're gonna sit there. What is that Bible verse? I'm gonna look it up. Make change now. You have a healthy self-esteem. You may benefit from offering your effort. You may benefit from offering your effort as a volunteer and considering charity work. Yeah, I am not gonna do no charity work. Sorry. Putting an effort into making other people feel heard helps feed and spread positivity. Check in with a therapist. A mental health professional can help you balance your confidence and self-esteem. What does a therapist know about self-esteem? What does a therapist know? How much more confident can you be than me? Let's be honest. We are more similar than we are different. I don't need to talk to a therapist about my life and like seriously, what the fuck does Rachel, Sonny, or Che and Ariel, what do they know more about how much more can they know than me? We are more similar than we are different. People's lives aren't we aren't that different, bro. We are not that different.